I do want to touch on it if I can. I know I passed up my.
Oh, God damn! The fuck?
Come on, man. God. Hey, yo, come on, man.
Nah, bro, that's a pause.
Nigga, you gay.
Oh man. All right. But yeah, no, I think that I can't remember who said it, but I do think that it's a little bit of both. I think we are potentially ignoring the fact that leveraging is a natural state that we experience in the universe. Plants leverage water. Plants leverage the sun, photosynthesis. Everything that we see occurs, something is leveraging it in order for it to grow. So I think that it is a little bit of both in that situation, especially in relationships, right? If you have a long-term relationship, there has to be some type of exchange for both parties to feel complete, to feel loved, so on and so forth. You have to be bringing something else to the table aside from just love, because in the long run, love isn't going to prolong the relationship for what it is.
I like you using the earth and the universe and all of the plant stuff, but I'm disconnected on the plants leveraging the sun, like as if they have some control over it.
Because
that's the Bible. Nigga, what are you talking
Your
about?
nickname is Lemon Pepper. You wouldn't get it. You're not romantic.
This nigga said the plants leverage the sun.
I'll answer the question too. So my microphone was tripping in the beginning. So damn, what is that in the background? Somebody should bed. Yeah. So what I would say is this: there is a touch of love to it, but in all honesty, it's more so leverage when you're talking about falling in line. I can't see it any other way, because if you look at men who are successful, men who are able to obtain women, is the men who have leverage. A lot of men, if you bring in just love, then you're probably going to have issues, right? You're going to be disrespected. You're going to be heartbroken and a lot of other things. But the people who have, so women, their actual whole situation, how they operate, is they want to make sure that they are secure, right? So a part of that is love, but most of that is basically the things that you can leverage. Are they financially secure? Are they physically secure? For a woman to feel like she losing you is going to be an issue. So that's why I would say more so leverage than anything else.
Absolutely. I'm 100% down with that, and willing to debate anybody who disagree with what he just said.
Say what? So leverage is the ability to influence a situation or people so that you can control what happens. So I don't understand how people are saying in the comments that we don't know what leverage is. It's clear as to what leveraging is. It's not complicated. Now, if you want to look at it from a negative perspective, as if it's something that's harmful, then sure, I could see that perspective. But I personally don't see it in that sense.
Can I ask you a question, Viz? When is leverage ever healthy for the person that you're trying to control? Like when is you trying to control a person healthy for that person?
Is it control?
I can explain.
Viz, don't answer that. He tried to trick you into using the word control.
Right.
It's in the definition.
That's why I just said it. Would that not be influence?
Viz, you just read the definition of it. Control is in the definition.
Right.
That's literally in the I'm not trying to trick them. That's in the definition. So,
okay.
So leverage is about control. And I'm asking you, when is it healthy for you to try to control another human, another grown individual? When is that? How is that healthy for the grown individual?
Let me answer this.
But no, wait, Will, I get it. So does gravity not control the earth and keep everything in place?
What
is that?
I don't get that.
Let me help you out, Viz.
I'm just asking, is it healthy or not? I don't think I need
Hold on real quick.
Let me answer your question. When you ask them a question, they gotta try to understand it. Just answer it.
Let me help Viz out because I want Viz to be
no. Let Viz
listen.
Let Viz do it the way
instead of using the
universe,
instead of using the Earth.
Let Viz do it the way Viz want to do it.
Just let me throw him a bone real quick. And my man Will. I mean, Viz
y'all can't never step up and tell these niggas to answer my damn questions. Viz asked the question. This nigga ain't answering it, and you want to clean it up. Tell that nigga to answer.
Just you got to hear what I'm about to say first.
No, it's irrelevant what you about to say.
Will.
That's your man. That's your man, Lemon Pepper.
Ask his question.
I don't care what you got to say.
Listen, we don't have to. We don't have to be enemies on here. This might help. I'm just trying to keep.
Hey, some of y'all getting out of character. I'm just
trying to help the conversation flow. I'm just trying to help the conversation flow so the audience can understand us as men.
Don't help the conversation flow.
But Viz, do you want to hear what I had to say? If you don't want to hear it, I ain't got to say.
Okay, if Viz want to hear it, I'll shut up.
Hey, come on, gentlemen. Let's hold our composure now. Come on. Now.
All I was gonna say was this, Viz. Instead of using the universe, just use the military to push your example. That might help you better, and I'll yield.
Okay.
Viz, you was in the military.
I personally have never thought that control is something that was bad or negative. I never had that perspective of that because everything is controlled to some extent. Again, in nature, this is a natural occurrence. So I don't understand how we're disconnecting the two, you know what I'm saying, from human life.
Because it's the blanket statement. There's nothing wrong with control. It's when that control is abusive or overly coercive. You have to have some sort of control because it's necessary and responsible. Parents have control over their children, employees have control over their employers have control over their employees and their environments via safety protocols. And then you have people who have control as far as medication and stuff goes when they're addicted and need rehab.
Everybody hate the military.
Control is viable. And then the part where no control is good, that's just moral absolutism, and that shit never passes the nuance test. Bruiser, you have a great example using the military. Saying the military does exert control over people. It tells us what we can think. It tells us how we're supposed to think, and it tells us how we're supposed to react to situations that we might otherwise not react to. So I understand that, but trying to compare that type of control, military control, to that of it in relationship, that's where that example will fall flat. Because if I don't do something in the military, they can put me in jail. If my wife doesn't do something, all I can do is be pissed off. That's it. I can leave. There's nothing else that I can do to enforce her to carry out what her duty is. In the military, your duty is you swear an oath to the Constitution of the United States of America to obey orders from all leaders and protect the country from enemies, foreign and domestic. You have an oath you take. That oath can land you in jail. There are things you can do in the military that can have them take your life. Nothing that
let me correct you on the consequences part. As far as if you don't do what if you disobey, damn, bro, damn, Will. If you disobey a direct order and you can't adhere to the instructions from your supervisors, it's not necessarily that extreme as going to jail. You can be discharged.
Hold on, I'm retired Navy, so you're not telling me nothing.
I was in the Army too.
We don't want to hear about
I know what NJP is. I know what court
martial. The thing that you're doing now is you're trying to argue semantics to an argument that is not required.
Okay, Bruiser and blockchain. We gotta get off this military stuff.
All I'm saying is
I was gonna let you do the correction. If it's not a correction, we can't keep going back and forth.
Okay, well, let me draw the parallel to the back. When we talk about being separated or discharged, that's the same as what the point me and Trev made as far as walking away, using lever, and walking away parallel to the military is being separated or disbanded from the organization. So would be walking away as a consequence.
One is a choice. One you're being forced to. You're forced to separate. They kick you out of the military. That's why they have different types of discharges.
You just like your wife. She being forced to get out.
I gotta end this. I gotta, gentlemen. I gotta end this one, man. We gonna.
Lapeef, can Can I ask one more? They never answered my question, but can I ask one more question? Hopefully, either one.
No, I did.
Nigga. No, I'm just playing.
Just real quick, because I think it's going to be good for right now. Since both you guys are in the military, your commanding officers, were they bestowed the duty of being your commanding officers simply because they signed up for the military, or did they have to earn that position?
They had to earn it.
They had to earn it, right? Okay, cool. So if you are comparing the military to a household with a man and a woman, what gives them? Why wouldn't a man have to earn the right to be the head, even in this scenario, which I don't even believe in? But I'm saying, like, how would you prove that you were the worthy one to run the household? And why is it always conveniently a man?
Everybody go answer. Y'all go ahead.
By the fact that the woman chose me, that's how I can prove that I've earned it. I've done what it takes to become a man that's worth a woman's
Hold on,
choosing.
one at a time. I see Blockchain want to answer, Will want to answer, and Dar want to answer. So go ahead, Blockchain.
It's the fact that she chose me is how I've earned it, because women don't choose men to lead them that they don't believe can lead them. And I've had to demonstrate those qualities and characteristics prior to her choosing me. So when she chooses me and chooses to get in line, to fall in line and stick to my frame and support my mission and direction for our family, I've earned that. But things that I did before I knew her. My commanding officer has to go to the military, get a degree, and then he is appointed, he's given a commission, and then he is put in charge over enlisted sailors. The same thing, if you want the parallel, I had to grow up, get educated, make a bunch of money, be handsome, be funny, be intelligent, and then also be able to provide protection, provision, and safety for my woman mentally, physically, and spiritually. So I've done all of those things. So that's also why there is no hierarchy in my relationship. Me and my women are not equal. But what they do have is equity. They have an equitable say in what we do, because equity and quality are not the same. At the end of the day, I'm responsible if my relationships fails. She's not. No one's going to go to my mother and be like, damn, how come his wife didn't do this right? How come she let the relationship fail? When the relationship goes wrong, it's on the man. I have to ask her father's permission. Something happens to her, he's pissed off at me, not her. So it's like, I understand, like, you have a very feminist point of view about relationship and men, but for the rest of the way the world works, like, power matters, control matters, and so does leverage.
Yeah, I feel like you contradicted yourself too, because you said you don't have a hierarchy, but you guys aren't equal. So what does that look like then? You said your relationship isn't a hierarchy, but you're
I apologize. You're right. I did say that. I meant that we're not equal. There is a hierarchy in my relationship. I'm at the top of it, and she's right beneath me.
Okay. And also, didn't you choose her as well? Like, I'm not like, I just don't think you guys actually have thought this stuff through, because it doesn't make sense.
No, you just don't agree with it. You don't agree with it, so it doesn't make sense.
One thing, and it already doesn't make sense. Like,
you
said that she chose you, but you chose her too. So wouldn't that be the same thing? Like, why are you choosing her? I'm sorry.
Hold on, Kenny. I was just trying to let you and Blockchain have that back.
Go
ahead, Kenny. What you got, champ?
Nah, I'm in full, and I'm crazy to say this, I'm in full agreement with Willie. You understand? As for PO trying to tear it down, what successful system over time runs with a woman above a man, as her being God, woman, man, child? What? Because you're trying to disprove what he put on the table. When does it work holistically through time that a woman rules? You have the Ashanti, the matriarchal society, but on a whole, where are you going with this?
So, I mean, I could prove to y'all that your women run your house anyway, but I just ain't done it yet. I just think it's funny because men love to talk about how they run the home. But if you got kids, let me ask you a question. Anybody that got kids, right? Who spends the most time with your children? You or your wife?
They're school teachers.
No, that's a dumb answer. You or your wife, out of you two, who spends
the question was who spends the majority of time with their children? It's the school teachers.
No, you can't outsmart the question.
You have to ask a complete question. The question you asked was who spends the most time with their children? It's the school teachers. Now, if you add the filter to saying between you and the mom, then it's probably still going to be.
How long are your kids at school? 12 hours a day?
No, they're at school 8 hours a day.
My kid is at school 6 hours a day. Are you going to school in Russia? School days are not 8 hours, fam. They're 6 hours.
In the city that you live in, but unfortunately for me, my son's in school for 8 to 9 hours a day, and then they play sports.
What? Okay, yeah. My son is in school for 6 hours. I drop him off and pick him up. He's with me. He's with me and my wife more than he's at school. But anyways, my point
Let's get to
is,
some real questions. Go.
yeah,
I'll
no,
answer
wait,
your
before
questions.
y'all,
Yeah,
y'all,
this shit is
y'all
stupid.
can't,
Like,
Hey,
this
y'all
is
can't
probably
be
the
afraid to
dumbest
be
argument that I've heard tonight.
Will,
The
And
hold on,
Kenny
wait,
didn't
hold on.
make it.
Hold
So
on,
I
wait.
can't even be
Y'all
mad at him
cannot
this
be
time.
afraid to have this
let me have
conversation.
this back and
You
forth
can't
with him.
have
Go
me up
ahead.
here and then when I ask you a question,
Hold on,
man, y'all
hold on.
crazy.
Hold on.
Are you guys okay? Are you guys taking your medicine today? Are you guys okay?